So several topics that we covered in the lead up to this, I would just weave them into this. First, reading it foretold of a future prophet like Moses who would do wonders and who would reveal who God is, fulfilled in Jesus right here. He is that prophet like Moses. He is the one that we listen to at the expense of the other celestial voices that seek to speak to us. Now, is there another celestial voice in this story? Yeah, the demon-possessed man. Demons are not earthly creatures. They're heavenly creatures that inhabit earthly bodies. Now, this demonic creature was in a man in the assembly, the holy assembly. That's kind of a scandal when you think about it. God's covenant community has people in it who are full of demons. Now, Jesus comes into this community, and what does he do with this demon? Kicks it to the curb. Get out of here, demon. First, he tells it to shut up. Shut up, demon. Get out of here. Be quiet, he says. Be quiet is the biblical version of shut up. Or what was something I heard recently? I kind of imagine Jesus being like this. Get my name out of your mouth. You ever heard somebody say that? That's fighting words. If somebody said that to me, I would expect something, get my name out of your mouth. But that's kind of what Jesus is saying. Get my name out of your mouth. Because this demon reveals who he is. I know who you are. You're the Holy One, the Son of God. He doesn't say the Son of God. He says the Holy One. But this is a title for Jesus. One of the things that, so first off, our society doesn't acknowledge other spiritual beings. But secondly, these spiritual beings have power and pull over people because they give us things. Here, this demon gave this man special knowledge about who Jesus was. The reason the forces of darkness have power is not because we're stupid, it's because we're short-sighted and we're addicted to it. Forces of darkness give us things. They give us knowledge that we wouldn't otherwise have. They give us power that we wouldn't otherwise have. If you've read Acts of the Apostles, at one point, there's a demon-possessed girl that's following Paul around, and she's shouting who he is and announcing it to everybody. And he finally rebukes her, and the spirit leaves her. He exorcises this demon from her, and then it turns out she's a slave, and her owners, who made a profit off of this special gift that she had, ended up taking Paul to court over this. That's the biblical world. We live in this kind of anesthetized world where, my children are going to bed at night and it's dark and they say, Daddy, I'm scared of monsters. And we say, oh, there, child. There are no monsters. There's nothing can hurt you. But we live in a world where children get hurt. We live in a world where there's forces of darkness that come in the night. Donald Glover is a comedian. He's also a rapper. What's his name? He did This Is America. Thank you, Childish Gambino. And he does thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here today. Childish Gambino, he does a stand-up where he says, once upon a time, people would come and raid a village in the middle of the night and kill everybody and rape their women and take their livestock, and people would hear about it and they would go, well, what did you expect? It was night. That's a joke, he says. But that's the world we live in. We kind of have this Pax Romana, this time where we don't have a whole lot of violence around and we pretend that this is the natural state of humanity. It's not. The natural state of humanity is nasty, brutish, and short. The natural state of humanity is suffering and sickness and sin, and the darkness holds power there. The darkness is growing in power here. It's the light is growing in power in Africa and East Asia. Anyway, I need to wrap this up. Jesus held power over the spiritual forces of darkness, and we who have received his Spirit are called to do the same. That means naming the darkness. That means renouncing the darkness. That means intentionally walking in the light in the community of saints. We've been given a mission to do. Jesus went first. He showed us the way. He's now given us his Spirit, said, do what I've told you. And every week there's this question that I want to issue you. Are ye gonna do it? Are ye able, said the Master, to be crucified with me? Yes, the sturdy dreamers answered, to the death we follow thee. Lord, we are able. Our spirits are thine. Remold them, make us like you divine. Thy guiding radiance above us shall be a beacon to God, to love and loyalty.